Why were you alone in the car?
I was told to wait quietly.
So, Grandma got out of the car, huh? How long were you in there?
I dunno. About one cartoon's worth. It seems my mother-in-law, on a sweltering day, left my daughter in the car and went into a motel with her lover. It took me about 15 minutes to rescue my daughter, so she must have been trapped in the car for about 45 minutes, right? I can't forgive my mother-in-law for putting my daughter in such danger.
Why are you here?
My daughter and I confronted my mother-in-law and her lover in front of the motel.
Ah. My car. Why would you do this?
Upon seeing the state of her car, my mother-in-law rushed towards it, frantic. Now, the real punishment begins. I am a 29-year-old office worker. My husband, Jake, is 2 years younger, and we had a shotgun wedding 3 years ago. Since it was a shotgun wedding, I was worried about the impression I'd make on both our parents and my in-laws. However, my worries were unfounded as both sets of parents were happy about our marriage and the grandchild. It seems that having a child before marriage isn't frowned upon as much anymore. After my maternity leave ended and I returned to work, my mother-in-law, Mandy, started taking care of my daughter, Lily. I was anxious about how child-rearing would go, but thanks to Mandy, it was resolved. Mandy's house is within walking distance, and she is a stay-at-home mom, so her schedule is flexible. She would come over around the time my husband and I went to work, and would leave when we came home.
Mandy, thank you for watching Lily. It's okay. I enjoy being with her, and I do it because I like it. Thank you so much. It really helps. I always tell you, don't worry about it. Oh, but I can't come tomorrow. Sorry. It's okay. I've known about it, and one day we'll manage.
I truly am saved by Mandy and sometimes feel guilty for relying on her too much. Now Lily goes to preschool, and when we are late from work, Mandy picks her up and waits with her at our place. Mandy drives Lily to preschool and sometimes takes her places on the way back. So, Lily spends a lot of time with Mandy and is quite attached to her.
Do you like Grandma? Yeah, I like her.
Though I rely on her, sometimes I feel a bit sad thinking Lily might like Mandy more than me. In preschool, it's common for a parent to pick up the kids, and some children aren't happy when their grandparent comes instead. But Mandy, only 51 and still beautiful, doesn't look like she could be a grandmother. The first time I went with Mandy to pick up Lily, the teacher mistook her for my sister. I'd like to boast about my beautiful mother-in-law, but as a woman, I felt a bit envious. I hear many people have mother-in-law issues, but Mandy and I have no problems at all. I consider myself blessed with family relations. However, this was a misconception, and I was unaware that a problem was starting to arise. Thankfully, today Mandy went to pick up Lily from preschool again. Or at least, that's what was supposed to happen, but when I finished work and got home, nobody was there. Jake probably hasn't returned from work yet. If Mandy and Lily aren't here, they must have gone somewhere together. Usually, I wouldn't worry too much if Lily wasn't at home, as I'd expect Mandy, her grandmother, to be with her. But today I'm later than usual, and it's already 7 p.m. What should I do? Should I call Mandy to check in? But I always feel like I'm rushing her back when she's been so good to look after Lily all the time. Would that be rude? As I was agonizing over whether or not I should call Mandy, Jake came home. I decided to consult with Jake about calling Mandy. It's already 7 o'clock, don't you think we should call? I asked.
Yeah, but Mom should be with her. Indeed, it's a tough call. How about we wait another hour, he suggested.
Both of us felt hesitant to call Mandy right away, so we decided to wait a little longer. Then, 30 minutes later, Mandy and Lily came home.
We're home. Look! I got another toy, Lily exclaimed. Oh, welcome back. We were worried about you,
I said, relieved to see Lily's smile.
Mom, if you're going to be late, at least give us a heads up, Jake said.
I'm sorry, we got stuck in traffic. I thought we'd be home shortly, so I didn't call, but it got so late. I'll be more careful next time, Mandy apologized. Mandy promised to be more cautious in the future. This should prevent the kind of worry we experienced today. Yet, after that, it gradually became more common for Mandy to return late when she took Lily out.
I'm home. Today, we had crepes, Lily said. Welcome back. Did you thank Grandma properly? I asked.
Lily seems to enjoy her outings with Mandy, but recently it's becoming a source of anxiety for me.
Mom, I've told you to let us know when you'll be late. Jake said. What's the big deal if we're a little late? I want to spend time with Lily too, Mandy retorted. Mandy, I truly appreciate you looking after Lily. But could you please answer the phone when we call? I tried calling several times today. I mentioned. Well, sometimes I don't notice the phone, or I might be driving and can't answer, Mandy explained.
That's true. I'm sorry. I said, wondering if I had spoken out of turn. Mandy seemed a bit upset. Not wanting to spoil our relationship, I reflexively apologized. It seems Mandy doesn't intend to worsen our relationship either, and she said she'd pay more attention before leaving. Curious about where Mandy often takes Lily until late, I asked Lily about it.
Lily, where do you usually go with Grandma? I inquired. The mountains? The castle?
I'm not getting much from the conversation. Information from a 3-year-old can be vague. Maybe they're going for drives in the mountains or visiting amusement or heritage sites.
Do you enjoy your outings with Grandma? I like it because she buys me lots of things, Lily said.
Is Lily's affection tied not to Mandy's company but to the things she gets? The more I ask, the more mysteries arise.
Don't you have fun going to the mountains or playing in the castles? I prefer watching cartoons. Even though Grandma drives you around, let's try to cut down on the cartoons, okay? She's not driving. I watch while waiting for Grandma. Wait, Grandma leaves you in the car? For how long? I don't know. About 4 times through the cartoon's theme song.
Lily seems to be saying it's about 4 episodes of a cartoon, which would mean about 2 hours. Lily has her own tablet for watching cartoons and learning. Something unthinkable when we were kids, but these days even 1.5-year-olds can use toy-type tablets, and Lily has been using one since she was 2. Piecing together the snippets I've heard from Lily, a dreadful thought has come to me. It appears that Mandy is leaving Lily in the car while she goes somewhere, and Lily is passing the time by watching cartoons on her tablet. While I can't believe Mandy would do something so irresponsible, I feel we need to talk to Jake about it.
According to Lily, Mandy leaves her in the car and goes somewhere, I told Jake. I can't believe it. Would Mom do something like that? But if it's true that she's leaving Lily in the car, that's concerning. Right now, it's just a bit humid because of the rainy season, but it could be dangerous as it gets hotter in the summer. You're right to worry. Let's look into this.
The next day, we confronted Mandy, the mother-in-law who had returned home late with our daughter, Lily.
Mom, did you take Lily out somewhere again today? I've called multiple times, why don't you ever answer? Have I not said to contact us if you're gonna be late? That topic again? I told you there are times I can't answer the phone, right? Also, I asked Lily and she said that you always leave her in the car. Is that true? What? Lily has, no, that's not true.
Mandy was clearly flustered. We exchanged glances, silently confirming each other's conclusions.
We can't leave Lily with you anymore. Wait a minute. Why are you suddenly deciding this? We really appreciate you taking care of Lily up to now. But we just can't leave her with you if she's being left in the car. Please! Let me be with Lily. I won't leave her in the car again. I'll make sure to come home early.
Mandy clung to Jake, crying. Watching her, I felt a twinge of guilt, knowing the care she had given Lily up till now, and thought maybe it was too extreme to suddenly not entrust Lily to her. Looking at Jake, I could see he seemed to share my sentiment.
All right. You won't leave Lily in the car. You'll come home early. Promise me that. And if you break that promise, there won't be a next time. I understand. I'll absolutely keep my promise.
After that, Mandy kept her word and started coming home early. Lily also confirmed that she wasn't being left in the car anymore. It was a relief that Mandy was a person who could be reasoned with. However, that relief was short-lived as a month later, she started coming home late again.
Mom! We said there wouldn't be a next time. And yet, you're coming home late again.
I'm sorry. I'll be more careful from now on. I couldn't believe Mandy's words and looked at her coldly. Looking at Jake, I could tell he felt the same.
We can't leave Lily with you anymore. How can you say that? What will happen to Lily if I don't go pick her up? There are other options like after-school programs or babysitters. That's terrible. It's pitiful for Lily. Let me go pick her up.
Mandy's tantrum, like that of a child, left us bewildered. Still, we had already given her a chance, and Jake firmly stated,
We said there would be no next time, right? The discussion is over.
Some may think us cold-hearted. But if they knew Mandy had left Lily in the car, they might think we were too slow to act. I'm on the side that thinks we were too slow. Perhaps even today, Lily was left in the car. I regretted that I had been too considerate because it was Mandy who had cared for Lily until now, and had not said what needed to be said. After that, Mandy tried to visit Lily at our home several times, but each time Jake turned her away. It felt a bit cruel, but it seemed necessary to be tough about it. Since we no longer entrusted Lily to Mandy, we asked the kindergarten for extended care, and whoever of us, if Jake or I, got home early would go pick her up. The earliest we could get her was around 6 p.m. That's about 2 hours later than before, and I worried about the mental strain on Lily.
Mama. Sorry I'm late. It's not late at all. I'm playing with friends, so it's okay even if it's later. That's not how it works, sweetie.
Lily seemed surprisingly okay. Maybe I was worrying unnecessarily. After about 2 weeks, we got used to the new routine of picking up Lily. I was hoping that our life would stabilize like this, but then a small problem arose.
I'm going on a business trip from next Friday, so I'm counting on you to take care of Lily on the weekend. What? I've got to work this coming Saturday. Really? What should we do about Lily? If we act now, we should still be able to sign up for the one-day Saturday daycare. It only lasts until noon, so I'll just have to wrap up my work by then.
Looks like we can manage this time. But it does worry me that we might not always be able to handle situations like this in the future. On Saturday, I hurried through my work and went to pick up Lily from kindergarten. But then a big problem occurred.
Huh? Lily's mom? Your grandmother came to pick her up. What? That can't be right. I heard she was coming because both of you parents had to work.
I didn't ask Mandy to pick her up, and how did she even know that I had left my daughter at daycare on a Saturday? As I was pondering this, I received a text on my smartphone. The message indicated that my daughter's life was in danger. Trying to keep my cool amidst the panic, I rushed to Lily's location. When I arrived, I was shocked. It was a motel, complete with a mountain nearby and a castle-like exterior. Was this what Lily meant when she said she was going to the mountain and castle with Mandy? I searched for Mandy's car in the parking lot, fighting off the panic.
There it is!
I ran over to Mandy's car. Lily was inside, so I first knocked on the window to check on her. She was conscious but drenched in sweat and clearly exhausted. It's late July, and I remember the weather report this morning warned of a continued heat wave. It must be over 95 degrees, and the car interior would be even hotter. How long had Lily been trapped inside? I couldn't forgive anyone for doing this to her. 2 hours after I arrived at the motel, Mandy emerged with a man I didn't recognize. She had a flirtatious look on her face as she hung on the man's arm, but when she saw me and Lily standing outside, her expression reverted to the usual grandmotherly face we knew.
You too! What are you doing here?
Seemingly in disbelief, Mandy glanced at the parking lot to check on her car. Seeing her car with shattered windows, she became hysterical.
Oh no! My car! Why would you do this? There was no need to break the window.
Mandy seemed oblivious to the gravity of her actions. To avoid further scenes, I made sure Mandy understood Lily was safe, then asked the motel staff to take Lily to their staff room. After ensuring Lily was safely inside, I let Mandy have it with all the anger I could muster.
I had to break the window to rescue Lily as quickly as possible.
When I found Lily in the car, barely responsive, I knew there wasn't a moment to lose. I threw a softball-sized rock at the driver's side window, the farthest from where my daughter was seated, and shattered it. Even though it was necessary, breaking the car window is something you don't expect to do every day, and my heart was pounding. Of course, the motel staff came running to see what the matter was. Initially, they were wary of me as a potential intruder, but after seeing my daughter's condition, they listened to my explanation. Once they understood the situation, they took us to a cool staff room and provided Lily with a cold compress and juice.
Lily, are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. Can I have more juice? She perked up quickly after cooling down. I nearly burst into tears of relief. I'm so grateful to the kind motel staff. Now that Lily had recovered, I asked her what happened.
Why were you alone in the car?
Lily looked down silently when I asked why she was alone in the car. It seemed like Mandy might have told her to keep quiet. Lily often got treats and toys, probably as hush money.
You got some juice from the motel staff, didn't you? They said they want to hear your story.
Grandma told me to wait quietly. Lily answered in a small, anxious voice without looking up.
Don't worry, everything's going to be okay. I'll make sure you won't get scolded for this. How long were you in the car?
For the duration of one cartoon.
So, after watching that cartoon, you contacted me, right?
Yeah. It took about 15 minutes for me to receive the email and arrive at the motel, so Lily was probably trapped in the car for about 45 minutes in total. At first, the air conditioning had kept the car cool, but as the engine was turned off, the interior must have gradually heated up. Lily must have sent me a SOS text after she couldn't stand the heat inside the car once the cartoon had finished. It was an extremely hot day, and the car could have turned into an oven in minutes, but fortunately, the car was parked in the shade at the motel, which seems to have kept the air somewhat cooler. Still, the thought of what might have happened if I had been just a bit later sends chills down my spine. The motel staff listened to Lily's story with curiosity. I answered their implied question.
This is why my daughter reached out to me for help.
I showed them the screen of the tablet I had given Lily.
This yellow icon is an app that lets you easily send a text to a preset location in an emergency. It's simple to use, just open the app and tap this button here. It's set to send a text with the time and place to my phone.
After Mandy first left Lily in the car, I warned her to be more careful next time and forgave her, but I couldn't just leave Lily in her care again without taking some kind of action. So, I installed this app on the tablet just in case, and taught Lily how to use it. For Lily, who's adept at using a tablet, operating this app was a piece of cake. That's how I managed to end up here at this love motel, to rescue Lily, and stand before Mandy right now.
So, you wanted to take care of Lily just as an excuse to have the freedom to sneak around for your affair, huh? Saying you're going out to dine with friends every time you have an affair would eventually raise suspicions. But how did you know to pick up Lily from preschool today when it's Saturday? I thought I might be turned away, but I went to pick her up to take my granddaughter out. When I got there, no one was home, and the house was empty. So I wondered if maybe the two of them had left Lily at preschool because of work. That's why I peeked into the preschool. And there was Lily. Your purpose wasn't really to spend time with Lily, was it? You just used her as a tool to cover up your affair, planning to lie later about wanting to play with her, right?
My anger grew as I realized how Lily's life had been put in danger and how she had been used as a tool to conceal an affair. As I continued to scold Mandy, shrinking back more and more, the timid lover who had only been observing till now tried to interject into the conversation.
I'm sorry, I was wrong too. Quiet. Your story can wait.
Though they mustered the courage to speak up, they shrunk back even more than Mandy at my sharp rebuke. Right now, I'm talking to Mandy, and I don't want to be disturbed.
Don't you understand how dangerous it is to leave someone trapped in a car? But I did give her a drink, and it was only for a short time. What part of 2 hours seems short to you? In this heat, Lily was nearly at her breaking point. But I couldn't just bring her into the motel. Obviously. But what kind of person takes a child to the scene of an affair?
The responses I got back from Mandy started to seem so absurd that it felt pointless to continue arguing. This is beyond what I can handle.
All right, enough with the excuses. Officers, I apologize for keeping you waiting. Eh? The police?
After rescuing Lily, I had already called the cops. I asked if I could speak with Mandy before they came in, so the officers were waiting out of sight. Mandy's face turned pale when the cop showed up. And, by the way, her lover's face turned pale too.
Isn't calling the police a bit much? Did I really do something so terrible? You'll realize just how bad what you did was when you're at the police station.
Mandy and her lover were put in the patrol car and taken to the station. After seeing them off, I headed to the motel staff room where Lily was.
I'm so sorry for the inconvenience.
I couldn't apologize enough to the motel staff. But they were all so kind, joking and telling me to come back with just my husband next time. I'm not usually one for racy jokes, but this time I felt no disgust, just relief that I wasn't scolded.
Shall we go home, Lily? What about Grandma? She went home earlier with that man. So, let's go home with Mom.
Before leaving the staff room, I apologized. Mandy was facing multiple charges, including false imprisonment, kidnapping, and abuse. It seems she took leaving Lily in the car too lightly, and my own awareness was also too lax. The final sentence was a year in jail. Mandy was charged with crimes beyond what I had imagined, and I was shocked. The most severe of her crimes was apparently the false imprisonment, which carries no fine but only imprisonment. I learned a lot from the police. Mandy's affair had started last fall. However, she had met her lover about 3 years ago and had been pursuing him ever since. What was she thinking at her age? Lily had managed to get through the winter in the car with blankets and warm drinks. But trapping a child in a car is dangerous no matter if it's winter or summer. I'm just glad she's okay. The lover was a 42-year-old man she met on a dating app. It seems they were buying my daughter things and keeping her quiet. The lover turned out to be married, and now Mandy was being sued for damages by his wife. My father-in-law had enough of Mandy's infidelity at the age of 51 and divorced her. Of course, we cut ties as well. So when Mandy gets out in a year, she'll be completely alone. She won't have anyone to rely on, will have to find a job and a place to live, and will lead a lonely life. Even after she gets out of jail, her hellish days won't be over. Thankfully, Lily seems fine and healthy, even after being left in the car on a scorching day. But there's one problem. Aren't we going to the castle anymore? While Mandy and I were having our showdown outside the motel, it seems Lily was treated to a parfait by the staff. She wants to go back to the castle because she wants that parfait again.
What kind of parfait was it? It was this big, with a cherry on top. Well then, let's go get an even bigger parfait. The one that's covered with strawberries on top.
That's how I always manage to distract her. I'm praying she'll forget all about the castle by the time she's older. Also, this incident has made me reflect on the need to treasure Lily more. So, I quit my job and switched to part-time work. Now I have more time with Lily, and we're enjoying peaceful, fun days.